So this is Clint Sanner. He is our chimney expert who we're working with today. Clint, you've obviously done some poking around. What have you found?
Well, we have an early 1930s fireplace here that was probably earlier used for coal burning, has since been used for wood burning.
Wood, all right, so from coal to wood, but we do want to burn wood in it today. Can we do that?
Right now, no, but hopefully toward the end of the day we'll have it fixed up and ready to go.
All right, hopefully. So what do we need to do to get it fixed up?
Well, at this point, the fireplace here has no damper at all. The damper is actually the door that opens and closes that lets the smoke out of the fireplace here up the chimney. You also have no flue liner in this chimney. You just have the brick chimney walls.
So no liner, so no damper, no liner. But at some point, I presume they burned wood or coal in this fireplace without that liner. What does the liner do for us?
Well, the liner is very important for containing the byproducts of combustion.
Yeah.
The carbon monoxide, the smoke. And it's also important for heat transfer.
We want a fire in the fireplace, not in the house. So I guess we're going to add one of those and a damper. What do we need to do to get started?
Well, the area here between the firebox and the chimney is very narrow, and we need to remove some of these brick here to be able to pull the liner down.
All right, well, let's get to work.
I'm just going to remove these bricks using my jackhammer. Now we've got all our brick removed here. We're going to need to actually clean the chimney to remove all the creosote deposits before we actually pull the liner down. And for that, I'm going to use my spinning poly brush here, connected to a poly rod, and my electric drill. Based on our fireplace opening inside the home, we're required to install a 10-inch diameter liner.
Okay.
Normally we would install a round liner. In this situation, a round liner wouldn't fit, so we had it ovalized.
So you literally just started with something round and they squished it down to this?
Exactly.
All right, so it's still the right size though?
Yes.
And the material?
This is stainless steel.
All right.
Push hard. There you go. All right, here's our liner. And now we're just going to pull it out and attach the mesh base plate.
Okay.
All right. Now we just have to put this around. This. Mount it on your side. A little more. That should do it.
Okay.
All right, good job. Right about there. Come down just a little bit. Just gonna flatten out this part of the mesh here.
Okay.
All right, we're all set.
So we need to mix some water?
Need to mix some water. Let's do it.
Okay.
And for the finishing touch, we're making it nice and smooth with a damp paintbrush. All right, Kevin, here we're going to insulate our liner. It's very important to insulate a liner for two reasons. First of all, to keep the heat within the liner itself, so that the heat doesn't transfer to the combustibles of the home.
The wood frame into the house, we don't want that to catch on fire and have ourselves a house fire.
Exactly. Second of all, a warm liner is obviously going to draft a lot better than a cold one.
Okay.
All right. I would normally use an insulation blanket to wrap this liner before I pulled it down. And in this situation, I don't have the room for that. So we're going to use a poured-in insulation today.
Okay, so we had some bags of dry mix, which we put some water in, and we got sort of a soupy concoction here.
Yes. And basically, we're just going to set this up at the top and kind of trowel it in. And I'm just going to trowel this out flat here.
Okay. Nice.
And there we are. All right, Kevin, this is our top plate. We're going to install it and seat it down with a bead of high-temp silicone.
All right, so just gonna slide this over our liner.
Exactly. You got it there?
I do.
All right, I'm just going to tighten the clamp.
Okay.
All right, this is our top ceiling damper.
Yep.
We're going to install it here. The existing fireplace doesn't have a damper.
Right.
So this one's going to be mounted here at the top and controlled by this handle that's going to mount inside the firebox. We're going to drop the cable down the inside of the liner.
Yep. And so that's actually going to be the way to operate this. So when you're not having a fire, damper's closed. And then when you are having a fire, just open it up.
You would open it up.
Great.
Exactly.
All right. So feed that in.
Feed that down. All right, Mary, we're going to show you now how to operate the damper.
All right.
To open, just going to release this handle.
So that's the position it should be in when you have a fire.
Yes. And now, to close it, simply bring it down and latch it.
And that's where it should be when you don't have a fire. So it seems easy enough, right?
Yes, it does.
All right.